Hey, how we doing, everyone? Happy New Year! It's 2024, January 3rd, uh, Wednesday, 9:51 p.m. Current temperature is, let me check actually. It's like 61 degrees, and it just started raining actually, just a light rain. It's gonna be raining all night, looks like. So um, that adds to the relaxation of it. I mean, I'm listening to the microphone on my phone's probably not picking it up, but I'm listening to the sound of the rain falling, and it's so relaxing. I love the sound of rain, especially nighttime rain. That's the best. I wish it could always rain like late at night, you know, and that's when the designated rain time is. That'd be so much more convenient. And then that combined with the crickets, because it's only a light rain, so they're still out. It's just, oh man. Of course, I'm undercover. I'm on the balcony, but still, taking it all in. I mean, if it starts raining like sideways and stuff, then I gotta go inside. But I think it's just gonna be a light rain. But anyway, so yeah, Happy New Year, everyone. 2024 is here, and it actually, it feels natural. Like most years, it's like, oh man, I have to get used to this. Like, I can't believe another year already. Whoa. But this time, actually, I'm like, yeah, it's been 2023 for a while. A lot of stuff happened, I guess, because it's been eventful for me. Maybe that's why it feels long enough. So yeah, a lot of stuff happened. It's about time for, a new chapter, another page. And here we are. So I'm excited for it, man. I think this is going to be a good year. Yeah, I'd be curious to hear your thoughts in the comment section. How is your 2023? What are your predictions for 2024? What are your goals? A lot of people set New Year's resolutions, and of course, most people don't end up actually sticking it out long term. It's funny, I thought the gym was going to be packed this morning in my apartment complex. It actually wasn't. It was the same people that are always there. So that's funny. But yeah, so for me, I mean, mine's a little bit looser. It's mostly just continue on my quest for knowledge. And I never know what I'm going to pick up. I never know what I'm going to learn. I never know what revelations I'm going to come across, and just got to be open to. So, but as far as something tangible for me to do, definitely install FL Studio and get my guitars and amps in order, and just make the album. Just do it and release it on all the platforms and see what happens. I might only get 5 views, or I might get 5 million. Who knows? But it's really not about the views. It's more about the process for me. And it would be nice, if I can make a living just making music. And I think I will get there someday. I don't know, like this year, if I'm going to be able to make a living off it, but I'm going to start down that path for sure. I have a lot of material already written. And I've actually been presented with it firsthand because I got a new phone about 6 weeks ago, and I'm transferring the files from my old phone. So my old phone, we actually got it to power on one more time, and I was able to take screenshots with my new phone of all the documents from that, and now I have to retype it onto the new phone manually. So it's fresh in my mind, all these lyrics I have written, all these music. It's not sheet music because I can't read sheet music, much less type it. But like descriptions of songs, descriptions of notes and things that I want played. But mostly the lyrics, honestly, because that's mainly my department. But yeah, so been doing that. I'm finally going to sales, direct sales, and it's surreal to me. Like, so many people told me that I would never make it this far, that I was never actually going to get promoted, that they were just stringing me along and just using me. So many people say, yeah, it's not a reality. At your age, with your experience, they're not going to let you do something that big. Well, guess what? Here we are. I'm going in for my orientation meeting on Friday. And, I already know the managers and stuff. It's just like a group meetup thing with the other new people coming in. And I get to go over, the rules and the process and stuff like that. But yeah. And I know Outreach is really going to miss me, because I've been getting a lot of their production. Like yesterday, the office got 9 warm transfers, and 5 of them were me. So... But that's not my problem. I invested so much time into trying to help grow that office and to being the best leader I could be. But it's just the cards I was dealt, man. I was working with what I could, or working with what I had. But honestly, it's a tough job, and it's not for everyone. Very few people can be good at it consistently. So I was one of those people, so I guess I'm one in however many, because they haven't found someone else like me yet to replace me. That was the whole idea of waiting to go into sales, was so that I can train someone to be able to replace me. And, I've trained a few good people, but there's always some kind of variables where they're not able to be consistently successful. So I've really stood the test of time, and I've earned going into sales. So tomorrow's my last time meeting with everyone in Outreach, and then I'll be in field still until Saturday. And then Monday I officially am one of the direct sales reps. So I'm gonna give a speech tomorrow to the class, to the Outreach office, and that's another thing on my mind. I'm trying to think of what to say, how to word it, things like that. But I want it to be motivational. I want it to be a true story about me and how I started from nothing. And I fought through adversity, and I got to where I am now. And more about how I did it, and what my plans are for the future, and some things I've discovered along the way, and then spin it around on them, and tell them things like, choose love, don't let fear rule your life. Don't let the demons control you. You gotta conquer them. You gotta find out who you are. You gotta be proud of yourself. You know, you gotta keep going. It's kind of things like that. So that way, by the time I leave, like I want it to be echoing in their minds. Like I want them to always remember my speech. So I'm trying to think of how to make it impactful. I had a few ideas. But yeah. So, and then we got, a bunch of people want to knock with me now, before I go for me to show them my best practices. Because, usually, because I've been a team lead, I'm usually training most weeks. So if I have a trainee with me, I'm not able to have a third person, So, but now, there are no team leads. It's literally just one other guy that they just promoted to ADM. They brought in from Tampa. And that's it, because I'm going to sales, so there's no sense of me having a team. I'm only in outreach for the first week of the month. And then everybody else just didn't meet the metrics. So, good luck, finding other leaders, but there's plenty of availability in there. So yeah, this last week I'm just a rep. I'm just balling out. Just not really giving a fuck. Just doing my thing, saucing it up. And yeah, so I'm really just taking it all in, because I know it's about to be a whole different ball game. So yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm not afraid. I'm not nervous, because I know what to expect. I thought long and hard about it, and I know this is the right thing for me, and I'm going to be successful at it. Obviously, it's going to take some getting used to. It's going to be an adjustment. There's going to be a learning curve. But I know in the long term, it's the best decision for me, because I've outgrown outreach. I'm a big fish in a small pond now. I got to be with the other big fish. So, iron sharpens iron. So I got to surround myself with people that are more skilled than me and have the things that I desire. Because if I'm always the one leading from the front and I only have people under me, how am I growing? So I'll always have the opportunity to help others. I know that. And I know that that's something I'm supposed to do. And yeah, I accept that. That's fine. And there's still leadership and management positions in sales too. So, I'm probably not going to be on the doors forever. But honestly, I don't know. I don't know what's, because they're opening more offices this year, I think, and expanding, getting into retail and stuff like that. So I have no idea. I just know that for right now, I'm knocking doors, and instead of setting appointments, I'll be able to just get in the house and sign them up right then. And that would be so much smoother. So, and then I'll also get to run the outreach appointments as well. And some of the solar pros just run appointments exclusively, and they don't even want to knock doors on their own. But for me, it's like I just want to make as much money as possible. I'm out to break records, so I'm gonna still knock full time, and then just run appointments like as a bonus, But we'll see. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I gotta see what it's like first. But yeah, so excited for that. Yeah. I'm just trying to focus on really being present. That's one thing. Because I have a tendency to get distracted by how loud my mind is at any given time. Sometimes I'll forget where I am or who I'm with or what I'm doing or whatever. And there's even like physical manifestations of that as well. I have like things I do with my hands and nervous twitches and stuff. It's just a sign that I'm checked out. I'm just zoned out. I'm just on autopilot. So I realized I gotta stop doing that. I gotta be present. And really, when I thought about it, what it comes down to is just patience. It's just getting bored. And you gotta be patient. That's a skill to learn as an adult. To be successful in business world and just society. You gotta be patient. You can't get bored that easily and just start zoning out. It's like you actually gotta like care about shit. You gotta be present. And you gotta be conscious, emotionally intelligent, being aware of how others perceive you at all times. So that's one thing I'm focusing on right now. It's a shame that no matter how great my life is, I'm never 100% happy. There's always that tab open in my mind, the depression, the demons, whatever you want to call it, the mental illness that just prevents me from just really just losing myself in the moment and the experience, from fully immersing myself in this life. And I know there's ways to combat that, with drugs or things like that, but that's not the kind of life I choose to live. I'd rather just accept things in a natural state. But it's also like come to my attention that a lot of it is exaggerated greatly as a result of lifestyle. Whereas sure, the chemical imbalances and stuff like that are real, like it's not just gonna go away, but it can be much more manageable with the right lifestyle. And so I think this is the year that I finally fix my lifestyle so that way I can be more happy. I think that's a great way of putting it. Lifestyle being things like, what I consume, eating healthier. I'll be honest, I didn't eat very healthy in 2023. So you are what you eat. If you're just eating fast food and garbage all the time, like, yeah, you're going to feel like garbage all the time, Even though I didn't, like, I had a lot of good days and good moments and stuff. It's like, that's not what that's fueling, So, eating healthier, not doing drugs, being reasonably sober, and not succumbing to any addictions, exercising regularly, and getting back to the gym. Like today I really did not feel like working out, because it's weird now, like I don't feel like working out right when I first wake up. I just I take a while to like power on and get ready for the day. And then by the time I'm finally like ready for action, then it's time to leave for work. And then by the time I get home, and I'm gone for like 12 hours. So by the time I finally get home, I don't feel like doing anything. I don't have the energy to work out, So I'll cook dinner, I'll like clean a little bit, I'll like shuffle some things around or whatever, do whatever needs to be done, and then I'll just go to bed. So, and I'll wake up the next day and I do it all over again. So today I was like, all right, well, I gotta work out. I already know I'm not gonna feel like it when I get home, so I'm just gonna do it in the morning, so that way I ride that momentum through the day, and I already have that sense of accomplishment. I have that dopamine, and it's just gonna make the day a lot better. So I worked out today, and actually went pretty well. I actually was able to do more weight than I thought I could, and I felt great afterwards. And I felt good that, I carried that feeling to work, and I carried it through the rest of the day, so it is real. So exercise is directly correlated to mood. So that's part of lifestyle for sure, being healthy. And I also want to get back into running. I want to go for a run, like for a few minutes in the morning at least. Maybe I'll run like to the gym, because I walk there to the gym from my apartment. It's like a 3-minute walk. So maybe I'll just do like a 90-second run, to and from. And I'll hop in the pool afterwards. But, yeah, so exercise for sure. Sleep, getting enough sleep. Now, sometimes, I don't like waking up to an alarm. I usually wake up before my alarm. But, sometimes I'll still have occasional insomnia, and that's kind of a dilemma because I don't want to, artificially induce sleep with drugs or anything. But I also don't want to be up all night if I have to get up in the morning, So I don't always know what to do in those situations. But sleep is definitely important. So yeah. And then, just managing stress, honestly. That's the most... That could be the biggest one of all of them, because stress is the silent killer. It shortens the lifespan. It makes you predisposed to other things that'll be your official cause of death. So, I already think, just in general, because of my attitude and my mindset towards things, how I'm very, lighthearted and whimsical. Most of the people in my life will attest to that. I think that's just naturally good for reducing stress. But of course, I live a very intense life, and I have a very intense mind. So there's going to be stress, but it's just a matter of how you deal with it. And some days I'm better with it than others. But I do think that I've definitely been doing better with that, and I think I'm gonna do even better in 2024. So with all of that, being disciplined in all of those areas, I think that any kind of mental illness you're struggling with, depression or anxiety or anger or whatever it may be, I think it will be manageable if all of those things are in alignment consistently. So that's what I want to find out, is how close to fine can I be? How close to happy can I be? Because I predict, I theorize that I can get pretty close. I can probably get to 90%, because right now I'm at maybe 50 or 60. So, and I think lifestyle is the key to get the rest of the way there. So that's within my control, 100%. It's just a matter of discipline, And that's something that this job has really told me, because you need to have discipline in order to be successful consistently. So it's just applying those skills all around the board. And I think I'm going to include that in my speech tomorrow. I'm going to just hit the nail on the head there and address mental illness, because that's a big concern, with my generation and just the kind of people that are attracted to this kind of job in the first place. You kind of got to be a little bit out there to find it appealing, or to consider it an option. So, it's a gift and a curse. But, I just live to document what works for me, and then help others with the same thing, you know? So, but yeah, so that's that. Really, everything's about to change. So I really can't speak too much on the future. I'll kind of just have to see what happens the next, week or so. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. No, huge revelations or anything like that. I forget when the last one of these I did was. Well, I'll probably upload the one I did a couple nights ago. But before that, I don't know. Did I do one after Christmas? Or I don't think so. But yeah, I don't need to give you a day-by-day breakdown on what happened every day. I mean, I think just kind of the major, snapshots, moments in time. Where am I right now? And then if anything significant happens. But yeah, I'm just trying to think, did anything else significant happen since the last update that I feel like sharing? I think it's just more discovering these concepts, and it's just where I'm at. It's perception is reality, So wherever my mind is, wherever my effort is and my intentions, that's gonna impact a lot of the direction I'm heading in. So this year is the year I take control of my life to the best of my ability. So I think that's the motto. So take control of your life. Don't let the demons win. You're here for a reason. So that's what I'll leave you guys with. But yeah, I really got nothing else right now. I just kind of wanted to do an update. Wish everybody a happy new year. Leave a comment below. How was last year? How do you think this year is going to be? What are some things you want to do? And yeah, let's all grow together. We're all in this together, man. We're all sharing this existence on a floating rock in space. How crazy is that? It's pretty wild, right? So yeah. Alright guys, mosquitoes are coming out now, so. I'll see you in the next one.